episode 7 of Anime and Us Other. I'm TJ.
And I'm Shawn.
And this is the review show that reviews anime movies? Kind of? Sometimes? I don't remember what the intro is.
I know that's eating you on the inside.
A little bit.
Alright guys, so this episode of Other, we are reviewing another Lupin movie because there are so many of them.
And because Shawn decided to pick a gigantic anime for his pick.
Well, it's gigantic. 25 is gigantic.
A long
average,
anime.
I would say, is 12 to 24.
The long one took us an extra week to do. It took me an extra week to do. I don't know about you, but
it did and didn't. I could have finished it easily, but I was like, all right. You texted me. I was like, all right, I can put off a few episodes.
Anyway, we're doing the Legend of the Gold Babylon for Lupin. I think this is like the third movie we did.
It's the third movie we've done, but I think there's other movies.
No, I've been going.
You sure? Because if you look at theatrical films, Legend of the Gold Babylon is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the list.
No, the first one's a pilot for the show.
But it's a film.
Yeah, but it's not dubbed. I've been following the dub release list.
Let's see.
Shawn wasn't prepared.
The wiki doesn't. I don't know. Whatever. It's Lupin. We've gone over a couple of them. This movie came out in '85.
Okay, I guess that's all we're doing.
That's all we're doing.
Okay.
I was cleaning the house for the first part of this movie, so I know the second part a little bit better. But if I remember correctly, they were doing some weird shit in this giant face thing.
Yeah, it was kind of strange.
There were people disguised as them.
Well, we open up with an old drunk lady.
Yeah, the old lady.
And two guys are disguised as Goemon and Zenigata, and I thought at first that was them, so I was like, oh, those voice actors are terrible for them.
Yeah. Which made sense, because we find out that this is a costume party place.
Yeah.
And they're wearing costumes.
Yeah. Everyone's got masks and stuff. It's a bar I guess Lupin goes to every now and again. And, yeah, so they're there to, I guess, kill Lupin because a mafia boss wants him dead or something?
Mm-hmm.
And then Zenigata, the inspector, shows up and chases Lupin, and they're in New York, and there's giant face on a billboard that seems to open its mouth, and it's really, this one's really strange in the beginning and at the end, and in the middle is just a straightforward, kind of go
here, do that,
go steal a heist gold movie. I don't know.
It seems like there's a format to the Lupin movies. He's a thief, right?
Uh-huh.
Not a very. He is a really good thief, but he never gets to keep anything.
Right, he always fails at the end.
He's got his friends that are always there doing their thing.
But the other
Fujiko's always there doing her thing.
But the other people always fail too.
Yes.
So no one wins.
The detective's always there failing.
Uh-huh.
And it's always supernatural in some aspect. There's always something extra that's not just a thief movie. For
some reason, the ending of this came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
It was up until that point, they were just pretty much dealing with this mafioso guy who runs New York.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're both after the same treasure.
Yeah, and they find out about the gold of Babylon, so they go to a desert. They think they find it, but Lupin realizes that's not the real treasure.
That it's actually in New York, deep underground.
But the reason they give for why the gold of Babylon is New York is just...
He's just like, I realized that as the alien gods, he was going back and forth with the term there, we're taking it away, that for some reason it dropped. And that was just his reasoning. Now, if they had explained that maybe he could read those tablets that they were all collecting...
Well, he did read the tablets, and he could read the tablets. He did read them, and he said he has no idea why, no rational explanation why.
Well, maybe he just started to believe the irrational explanation of alien and God picking it up and moving.
Well, no, he was making fun of it throughout the most of it.
Yeah.
It's like, this is not real. I actually don't know the reason.
But that's what I'm saying. Up until that one point, and then he started to believe it.
Well, up until the one point when the aliens actually show up, I mean...
Well, I would say before that, when he was like, oh, I know where it's at. It's in New York. That would be what I would say when he started to believe it, because he actually went to New York and went digging and found it.
I guess. Well, anyway, we just spoiled it. The aliens...
Yeah.
There's an aliens that came and asked the ancient people of Babylon to turn
up all
their gold into a pyramid, and when they tried to take it, they dropped it into...
Something happened. They didn't explain what. and they dropped it for some reason.
And they didn't know where it was,
New York.
so they sent this old lady to...
Thousands of years ago, mind you.
Thousands of years ago to find the treasure, and every 76 years they show back up.
Right, because Halley's Comet. They're Halley's Comet. Like, they're not on Halley's Comet, or if they are, they don't have a spaceship, but then you see the spaceship when Halley Comet comes by, so it's like, if you're in a spaceship, why the f*** do you have to wait for Halley's Comet? Just come when you want.
Yeah.
I don't know. They don't explain any of it.
They don't explain any of it. The best part of this movie is the middle of it.
I didn't like this movie all that much. I didn't hate it. It felt like a typical Lupin movie.
It was drawn weird. Was it just me, or was it drawn?
It was drawn a little weird. Oh, yeah. Fujiko looked weird.
Yeah, she did look weird.
She didn't look like she looked... Maybe it was probably a different studio that drew it. And I just didn't
Maybe, but I felt all the characters looked weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's because...
Specifically Fujiko for me. The rest of them looked okay.
Yeah, they were
It just looked like someone else drew them, but they were still trying to draw the same character. Fujiko looked like a different person.
Yeah, she looked completely different.
Voice actors seem to be the same, though.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So, at least... Well, because I think...
They probably dubbed a bunch of them at the same time.
I think all the Lupin stuff was dubbed in 2000.
Yeah, that would probably make sense.
Because if this is 83, the last Lupin movie was in 79, or 79, so... And I remember hearing these voice actors back on...
Yeah, TV way back in the day.
Yeah, so... That it had to be early 2000. They must have just did everything once they got the rights to it.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, you got all this material, just bam.
Just keep going, yeah, might as well.
By the way, the alien on Earth happens to be the little old lady.
Yeah.
There was a super weird scene where she was, like, stripping for Lupin and, like, dancing and then, like, was ready to get it on with him.
There was that weird scene, but there was the other weird scene where the mafiosa guy was about forcing himself on Fujiko.
Sort of. She was kind of into it, but at the same time, she really wasn't. Like, it was weird. It was a weird scene.
Well, the weirdest part about it is he rips her clothes off, and then she expands like a balloon and then pops and it's Lupin inside.
Yeah, he's wearing a suit, essentially.
So, it's like, what the hell is going on with this one? Funny. This one is all over the place. Mm-hmm. Because, like I said, in the middle, just straightforward thief kind of. They go to the desert and they're trying to get around the mafioso guy.
That's kind of how all those movies are, aren't they? It's a thief movie until it's not.
The last one wasn't even really a thief one. It was him trying to rescue this girl.
Yeah, you're right. So, I mean, they were looking for a treasure, but that's not really why he was there.
No, but the treasure kind of came after everything was done. Mm-hmm. The treasure just kind of was a second-hand thing. I don't know. This one really focused on...
him finding things.
Yeah.
Him finding the tablets and stuff like that.
But why add the aliens?
I think it's just the format that they have in Lupin movies. And we'll find out as we watch more, but I think that's the format. There has to be something extra that's supernatural. I think they... You know, when you make a storyboard for, a story, like, you have parameters for it. And that's probably something that they have going into each of these movies that they make.
Yeah, but I don't remember the show being supernatural at all.
I guess we'd have to watch it one day.
Yeah, I mean, but like from what I remember, I remember there's some goofy stuff. Like he got cursed.
I remember bits and pieces.
Like he got cursed by a mask in one episode, but
there you go.
But that wasn't there wasn't aliens and shit, Yeah.
Well, there's also a lot of episodes, right? Probably only watched a few.
That's fair. I don't know. This is a short one because
it's a weird one. It's a short movie. It's not.
And this is technically just a filler episode, so
yeah. You know what? I mean, if you like Lupin, it's not bad.
Yeah,
it's got a decent structure.
It's
good for 85. Right. And we're going to reviewing Beserk next episode, or the previous episode. I'm not really sure when the air date is.
Beserk will be next.
But what's interesting is I think the animation's actually better for Lupin.
Yeah, it is, even though it's
Berserk's 97.
This is definitely drawn weird, but it's not...
But, like, when people are moving around and talking to each other, I think the animation that way is better.
I think it's the difference between a movie production studio behind it and a TV production.
You got a lot more money for a movie.
Yeah, so I think that's what the difference was. And Lupin seems to be...
it seems to be pretty good quality.
And not only that, but he's been around forever, so people put money behind it for those reasons, you would think.
Well, I guess back then when they made it, it wasn't around forever.
No, but even then...
For the voice acting for the American dub, sure.
No, but even then... The first movie was 79, but I think Lupin was 60s.
Oh.
So even at 85, it's like 15 years to a decade.
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 5.
Are we gonna start rating the other Lupin movies?
We did.
Did we?
Yeah. I think we've been a steady 5 all across all.
Well, no, rating. I meant category. Like, which would you rather watch?
Oh.
Yeah, this is... Maybe it's a 4. It didn't hold my interest as much.
No. I don't know about the other ones. There was the Princess one. See, the problem with the Lupin movies is they're so different. You gotta be in a mood.
Well, we're ranking them and we're rating them for Lupin movies. It is a specific mood, though. You're right.
Alright. So what do you think, then?
Okay, so we got the Princess one, we got this one. What's the other one?
The one with the giant brain.
Brain. Oh, right.
The one that felt like 2 movies.
Princess this than Brain.
Yeah, I think I have to agree. The Princess one just didn't feel as long. That first one felt forever.
Mm-hmm.
And this one was just too strange, but it didn't feel like it took... It was an easy watch.
It was fairly easy once I sat down about halfway through.
Yeah.
It wasn't terrible.
And it didn't feel like it...
I feel like the movies are always very slow in the beginning.
Yeah, it does.
Very
because
slow.
there's a lot of exposition, because they have to explain the setup.
Yes. Too much.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's pretty good. If you like Lupin, it's worth a watch.
Yeah. Why not?
See you guys.
Bye.